What happens when one of the world's most photographed families faces the same challenges as any other? Welcome to Media Microscope, where we examine how celebrity culture amplifies the everyday struggles we all face. Today's case study, the Beckhams, a family that's mastered the art of public image for over 2 decades, now navigating something that money and fame can't solve. The delicate dance of family dynamics when children grow up and create their own lives. David and Victoria Beckham didn't just build careers, they built an empire. From Manchester United to the Spice Girls, from fashion to fragrance, they've been strategic about every public move. But there's one thing you can't strategize: authentic human relationships. Enter Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola Peltz. Two young people from incredibly privileged backgrounds trying to build their own identity while carrying the weight of their family's expectations and the world's scrutiny. The narrative that's dominated headlines paints this as a classic mother-in-law versus daughter-in-law battle. But what if we're missing the bigger picture? What if this isn't about personality conflicts, but about something much more universal, the challenge of letting go? Let's start with the wedding. April 2022. A $3 million celebration that was equal parts fairy tale and business event. Every detail was scrutinized, from the guest list to the dress choice. Nicola wore Valentino instead of Victoria Beckham. The media framed it as a slight, but Nicola later explained there were practical reasons: timing, alterations, logistics. But here's what's fascinating. In our social media age, explanations don't matter as much as first impressions. The narrative was set. Team Victoria versus Team Nicola. And Brooklyn, caught in the crossfire of a story that may have been largely manufactured. The supposed evidence of this feud reads like a masterclass in confirmation bias. Fewer Instagram likes, family tension, separate vacations, proof of division. But families are complex ecosystems. What looks like conflict from the outside might simply be the natural evolution of relationships as children become adults. Now we have reports of a vow renewal ceremony. Intimate, private, without the elder Beckhams present. The media's immediate assumption: exclusion, rejection, family warfare. But consider this alternative narrative. Maybe Brooklyn and Nicola wanted something genuinely their own. Maybe David and Victoria, having been through decades of public scrutiny, understood the value of private moments. Maybe this wasn't about conflict, but about respect for boundaries. The real story here isn't whether Victoria and Nicola like each other. It's about how we, as a culture, consume family drama. We project our own experiences onto celebrities, filling in gaps with our assumptions about how families should work. The Beckhams have given us glimpses into their private world for decades, but they've always controlled the narrative. Now, with Brooklyn establishing his independence, that control is shifting. And perhaps that's what we're really witnessing. Not a family falling apart, but a family learning to function differently. What fascinates me most is how this reflects broader cultural tensions. We celebrate young people for being independent, then criticize them when that independence creates distance from their families. We want authenticity from celebrities, then punish them when real, messy human emotions surface. The truth is, we may never know what's really happening behind closed doors with the Beckhams. But we can recognize that their challenges, navigating changing family roles, managing different personalities, balancing loyalty with independence, are fundamentally human experiences. Maybe instead of choosing sides in a manufactured feud, we can appreciate the complexity of family relationships and recognize that even picture-perfect dynasties are made up of imperfect, evolving people. What's your take? Are we witnessing genuine family drama? Or are we creating stories where none exist? Share your thoughts, and remember, reality is usually more nuanced than the headlines suggest.